Welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, where we explore all things books, business, and bullshit. My favorite bees. I'm your host, the fairy coin mother, Cinquanta Cox-Smith of www.cinquantacoxsmith.com. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast. I am your girl, Cinquanta Cox-Smith, and we are here with a Minisode this week. This is episode 140. We are on our way to 150. And again, I'm so blessed to be on this mic just to share anything that I can with you guys about books, business, and bullshit. Today, we're going to talk about failure to launch. I am not new to business. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my career. But as in the movie Failure to Launch, when they talk about those who cannot move, it's called failure to launch. They were in reference to the character who could not move out, and that was a failure to launch. My failure to launch was not being able to move out of my own way as far as in doing what I knew needed to be done. In order for me to consistently launch 12 digital products this year, there was something that needed to be done. I did it in January. I slightly did it in February. I didn't do it all in March or April. I simply failed to launch. And with my failure to launch comes me sitting here with product that I've invested in that is now an expense, but it's an expense at a loss because money wasn't made. And I can sit here and make up all of these excuses and I can think of all these theories, but the ultimate reason is because I failed to launch. I've been executing the process of creating these digital arts and ordering the products, but the problem came when it was time to launch because I am not feeling very visible. And I've been having this feeling for a few years. I like to show up, do a little something, and disappear. But I could not set a goal of creating 12 digital products this year and not show up. Who do I think I am? Is what I'm going to tell myself. Who do you think you are? You are not Beyonce. You can't just do a surprise launch. People want to know, and I teach this to anyone who I've consulted. Show the process. They want to see you drawing this stuff. They want to see you ordering this stuff. They want to see the unboxing, the packages, and they want to know more about what connected you to each of these digital art products that you've created. When you take people along for the process, they enjoy the journey. They're intrigued. They want to know more. And because they were a part of that process, now they feel they have to see it through to the end. Now I have to buy it. I'm invested. I've watched this person create this from scratch for the past 2 months, and it's finally here. I need it. But because of my selfishness, of me, not really my selfishness, me mentally not being able to handle social media the way I used to, I set myself up to not be able to fulfill what I needed to do to launch these products. Now, I'm still going to create and push and upload all 12 of my products. That is one thing that I'm going to consistently do. And at the end, in December, if I still have products left, that is something that I will have to work on. I would have to pivot. Maybe I need to adjust. Maybe I need to have a closing out sale. There's so many things about being an entrepreneur that I love and that I hate. And we don't talk about the nitty-gritty of when you no longer are visible. People will stop wondering. People will stop talking about you. You will have to re-engage that audience again and again. And a lot of times people lose interest, so then it's no longer the same people. It's like you're introducing yourself to people over and over again. And that's fine. But again, I want to pull away from social media. At this point, I'm just really trying to do something different for myself. And to me, in all honesty, I'm okay with failing this launch because I know what I need to do, but there's nothing seriously pulling me to do it. There's like nothing like subconsciously saying, this is what you need to do. It's an idea I had. I have lots of ideas. Some I act on and some I don't. This was an idea that I wanted to act on because in my quiet time, I begin to draw. I begin to color. I begin to create. And in that quiet time, I wanted to show the world what I had created. This is what the digital art collection came from. My need to find my creative process again because I was going blank. I had no creative bone in my body. I was running out of ideas, running out of YouTube videos to do. But just sitting with my iPad and bringing out the colors and the skin tones and the different hairstyles and jewelries and the fashion, it woke something up inside of me. My second part of the failure to launch was my Patreon. I went really hard for a year with Patreon, and I had some guys, I had some patrons who were a part of that. But then I got bored, and I said, you know what? No more. I'm not doing this anymore. And then this year I said, let me give it a go, because now I feel like I know what to do, and I know what I can push out. It's been 4 months, almost 4 months, and I haven't had any new patrons. I'm deciding that I won't upload or I won't do any more work towards that, even though I have everything mapped out right now, because it's not bringing any income or helping me in my business, that I'm going to have to let that go. And I think a lot of times we get so attached to something and failure and defeat beats us down. Now, I can accept the failure when it's at the hands of myself. But I have a harder time when my failure comes from the hands of someone else and there's no control over it and I can't get it back because I've done my hard work, but because at the hands of somebody else, it is taken away from me. I can't truly get over that. But I'm looking on the brighter side of keep working, keep going. You will get everything back that you've lost. This is just a bump in the road. You're going to get over this hump. You are not alone. You're not the only one. There's somebody out there today who needed this message to know that even when you've lost everything, even in the failure to launch, you still have yourself. You still have that inkling deep down inside of you that tells you you can do this. I want to be that voice of reasoning when all of the odds are stacked against you. Know that you're going to get through this. Don't stop because the hurdles are higher. Don't stop because the lava is hot. Don't stop because they said you did something wrong. Don't stop because you feel like all hope is gone. That's just when it's warming up. That's just when it's time for you to run. That's when it's time for you to do what you really were put on this earth to do. So if you don't get anything from this failure to launch, know that I trust that things are going to get better for you and everything that was stacked up against you will begin to fall and doors will start to open. Yeses will come your way. New avenues will help you see things in a better light. Even though we failed, there's something inside of us that's going to launch. And I hope you guys enjoy this mini-sode today. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the Coins and Connections podcast. Don't forget to leave a review and join the conversation over on Facebook and Instagram using the hashtag Coins and Connections. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Cox-Smith and at Coins and Connections. You can shop all merch at www.coinsandconnections.com. I love you more than I love this podcast. Peace.